My father demanded I attend my golden brother's wedding, threatening to cut my tuition. They were shocked when I revealed I earned more than him. Dad called me 3 weeks before the wedding. Didn't ask how I was doing, didn't ask about my job, just straight up told me I better show up to Garrett's wedding or he'd stop paying my tuition. Thing is, I graduated 2 years ago. He just didn't know that because he never asked. My brother Garrett has always been the favorite. He got a business degree from the same state school Dad went to, got hired at Dad's friend's insurance company right after graduation, bought a house at 25 with money from Mom and Dad for the down payment. Meanwhile, I went to community college first to save money, then transferred to finish my computer science degree. Paid for most of it myself with loans and working at the campus IT desk. I told Dad I'd think about it. He said thinking wasn't an option. Be there or lose my tuition money. I almost laughed. I'd been making $78,000 a year as a software developer for the past year and a half. My loans were nearly paid off. I didn't need his money. Never really had it anyway. But I decided to go. Not because of his threat. I wanted to see this. The wedding was at some country club 2 hours away. I drove my used Subaru and wore the one suit I owned. When I walked in, Mom grabbed my arm and pulled me aside. She said I embarrassed them by showing up late. I was 10 minutes early. She said my suit looked cheap. It was. The ceremony was fine. Garrett married his girlfriend of 6 years, a woman named Trish who worked as a dental hygienist. Nice enough person. Seemed happy. At the reception, I sat at a table in the back with some cousins I barely knew. Dad didn't put me at the family table. That was Garrett, Trish, Mom, Dad, and Trish's parents. I ate my chicken and minded my business. Then Dad got up to give a speech. He talked about how proud he was of Garrett, how Garrett had a real career making $55,000 a year, how Garrett bought a house, how Garrett did everything right. He said Garrett was proof that hard work and family values paid off. Then he looked right at me and said some people take longer to figure life out, and that's okay too. The room got quiet. A few people looked at me. I just kept eating my mashed potatoes. After dinner, Garrett came over. He'd had a few drinks. He sat down next to me and said he was glad I came. Said it meant a lot to Dad. Then he asked what I was doing for work these days. He said it like he expected me to still be fixing computers at the school. I told him I was a software developer at a tech company downtown. He nodded like that was nice. Then he started talking about his job, how he'd just gotten promoted to senior account manager, how his boss said he had a real future in the company, how he was making $55,000 now and should hit $60,000 in another year if he kept it up. I said that was great. He asked what I was making. I didn't want to say it, but he kept pushing, said it was just us talking. So I told him $78,000 base, plus bonuses that brought it closer to $85,000. He stopped talking, just stared at me. Then he laughed and said I was messing with him. I pulled up my last pay stub on my phone and showed him. His face went red. He got up and walked away. 5 minutes later, Dad came over. He asked if what Garrett said was true. I showed him the same pay stub. He looked at it for a long time. Then he said that didn't matter because Garrett owned a house. I said Garrett owned a house because Dad gave him $30,000 for the down payment. Dad's jaw tightened. He walked away without saying anything. Mom came over next. She said I was being selfish and making Garrett's wedding about me. I hadn't said anything to anyone except Garrett, and he was the one who asked. She said I should leave, so I did. I drove home and stopped at a drive-thru for a burger. My phone blew up with texts from family members. Most of them were mad. A few cousins thought it was funny. Garrett sent me one message that just said, "Thanks a lot." Dad called the next morning. He said I humiliated Garrett at his own wedding. Said I should have kept my mouth shut. I told him Garrett asked, and I answered honestly. He said that's not the point. Then he hung up. I haven't talked to them since. I finished paying off my loans last month.